Hello everyone. So I was thinking, and I realized that most people probably don't know, but you can actually get multiple crisis fragments from a single Citadel boss, and this is actually explained in game. If you go to the atlas here on the map legend, you can see under the Stone Citadel, increases to waystone drop chance, give a chance for additional crisis fragments to drop. So what exactly does this mean, waystone drop chance? And this is basically the modifier right here. If you look at your map modifiers, you can see in this map I have over 1,000% increased waystones found in area, which means when I defeat Doryani here, I will end up with multiple crisis fragments from the boss. And I'll explain my atlas tree and how to juice this after the boss fight, but let's do this real quick. Hope I don't die, because these maps do get fairly rippy when you are juicing the waystone drop chance, and I am a poor SFF player with a mediocre build, so but yeah, so there's a few things you can do to juice this. Oh god, the boss is bugged. Let's go. I think I will log because the boss bugged out. That's kind of unfortunate. I put a portal right outside, so it's fine. I was hoping this would go a bit more smoothly than this. Because yeah, I just want to show the fragment drops live and then talk about it a little bit. Okay, is it phasing?
I can't give up.
Yes, it looks like it is phasing properly.
People. No, I will succeed.
The genius of the ball.
Alright.
Not impressed.
And the fragments should drop momentarily. And you can see that we got 3 fragments from one boss. 3 real fragments. So yeah, how do we get this amount of increased waystones found in area? And there's a few things you need to know to do this. First up is the atlas tree, and I'll go over that first. Now, I did unspec all of my boss difficulty points because I am not completely sure that these actually affect the fragment drops, but because I'm in SSF, I don't want to add the difficulty and have a chance at bricking the fight. My build's not quite good enough, right? So I just unspec these. You can still get many fragments even with 0 difficulty, and I don't know for sure whether difficulty 4 increases the rates or not. I would like if someone could, test that for me. That's maybe in trade with a stronger build. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, you can do this at 0 difficulty, so 0 difficulty is pretty easy. They have fairly low HP. And then for the other atlas tree, it's going to look pretty weird. What we want is full modifier effect for waystones and full waystone drop chance. So these nodes here, 3% increased effect of explicit modifiers on your waystones. We grab all of these. They're here, 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 and here. And then we also get Grueling Journey, which increases it by 2% per explicit modifier on the waystone. So if you have a 6 mod waystone, this is another 12%. The small nodes add up to 30%, and then this node is up to 12%. And what this does is it's going to scale the modifiers on your waystone. So you can see this waystone here has 515% waystone drop chance. Those small nodes from the tree are going to scale that by 40%. So it's going to go from 500% all the way up to over 700%. And that's really good. Of course, it's also going to scale the modifiers themselves. So you can see in this one I have we have 70% increased monster damage, massive amounts of haste, tons of added damage, and tons of freezing night shock buildup. This is why we do the fight on 0 difficulty, because it is incredibly rippy with these modifiers. You do have to be careful if you're juicing your maps this much, right? And waystone drop chance only comes from suffix modifiers on maps on waystones. And suffix modifiers are the ones that make monsters stronger. Prefix modifiers on maps do not give waystone drop chance. They improve the rewards of your map. So they're things like increased rarity items found, etc. So you really want maps with a lot of good suffix modifiers on them to improve the waystone drop chance of your waystone, right? So very important that you get this high through suffix modifiers. And as far as the rest of the tree goes, we have, you know, quantity of waystones found that adds to the number. Most of it is just pathing to these modifier nodes. Then we also have unstable energies, which is when you open the map, it's a 50. It's going to either increase the effect of your prefix modifiers or your suffix modifiers by 25%. So it's a 50-50 each time you enter a Citadel to get 25% more effective suffix modifiers. So, you know, if your map is juiced and you have like 700, 800% from your suffix modifiers already scaled from the tree in a good waystone, that 25% more is really what's going to get you to over 1,000 like I did here. And that's from, you know, that is from juicing the suffixes on your waystone. And yeah, anyways, how do we get good suffixes on the waystone? So as you can see here, this waystone is 515%. It has 6 suffixes on it and it is corrupted. Now normally an item can only have 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes by default. However, one of the corrupted outcomes for waystones is to turn all modifiers on the waystone into prefixes or suffixes. I'm pretty sure that it can only change modifiers that are on the waystone. So if you have a 4 mod waystone, you'll get 4 suffixes. If you have a 5 mod waystone, you'll get 5 suffixes. If you have a 6 mod waystone, you'll get 6 suffixes. And you really want these 6 suffix waystones to get these massive waystone drop chance modifiers, right? Huge bonus for a 6 suffix map. Of course, that means the map is even rippier. Like if you were to run this, monsters would be penning half of your elemental resistance. You'd be taking like triple elemental damage, right? And you'd be like constantly getting stunned by enemies with the stun buildup. Like it can be super, super dangerous with the wrong suffixes. So be very careful when you do this. You may be better off going for, you know, maps with like a smaller bonus, more around like 300%. In my experience, 300, 350% usually will guarantee at least 2 fragments, and you don't need to spec your atlas for that. But if you go to 1,000, I think you'll always get 3, and you have a chance at 4. So yeah, all of that very important. There's a lot of things to keep in mind here. It is annoying to spec your atlas for citadels like this. At least respecs are cheap and only cost gold, but it is quite expensive each time. Usually the atlas I'm running is going to be juicing like rare monsters and shrines and stuff, essences. Like you don't really want to run this type of atlas normally, but this is what works for specifically this strategy. Just, you know, make sure when you get your Citadel to not waste it, right? Getting only 1 fragment is really bad. 3 does require a very rippy map, but 2 is very, very doable. If you just put in like a 400% map, that's not too bad. Without scaling the increased effect on it or anything like that, you will always get 2 fragments, and that is more than enough in my opinion. But 3 is fantastic if your build can handle it. And yeah, that's about it. I wish you all luck with your Citadels. Oh, I guess I can also go over how I find my Citadels real quick while we're here, because I have a lot of fragments. I have a lot of Citadels. Now, I'm not completely sure, but it may be, there may be some like account seed RNG stuff with Citadels. I find many Citadels every day while looking for them. I know some people have played many hours and have not found Citadels, but if you're having trouble finding Citadels, here's what has worked for me personally. You can see I have a stone Citadel here, I have one up here, I have a copper one over here, another stone one over here, and if we go up even further, I may even have an iron one somewhere. There's an iron one here. So first up is knowing what to look for in the fog. You can see that the iron citadels have these little village areas around them, Gothic city maps, necropolis maps. Very important to know what to look for. The copper citadel is going to be a desert biome with these like metal blocks all over, right? Actually, I think these are tents. They kind of look like metal blocks. I think they're actually tents. But yeah, just look for these shapes and there will be a copper citadel ring somewhere within here. And the stone citadel is the easiest one to spot. It is a Val pyramid type layout. So if you see any of these buildings on the edge of the fog, you'll know there's a citadel there. And the main thing I did to find my citadels is I followed the edge of the water as far as possible. So I just went along the edge of water as much as I could, and I found many citadels along the edge of the water. I have another iron one over here that I haven't run yet, and I should have some more up here if I can find them. Anyways, there's a lot of citadels, right? I don't know where they all went. There's a number of them. Oh, there's another stone one right there. So yeah, I just followed the water as much as I could. The other nice thing about water is you get a lot of untainted paradise. You get a lot of nameless seers, which is from the Moment of Zen unique map. Both of those things, here it is. Both of those things can only spawn along the water, and citadels seem to kind of spawn along the water as well. So that is my recommendation for hunting for citadels. Just go along the edge of the water. Anyways, I wish you all luck with your fragments. I hope you all get many drops, many divines, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. I've been really enjoying this game. I'm like, you know, top 4 in SSF right now, level 96. The XP is so slow, but we're getting there. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.